Hello everyone, and welcome. This video is in 3D side-by-side mode, so anyone who has an HTC Vive, Oculus Rift, etc., and has something like virtual desktop or Bigscreen, where they can view this in their virtual reality headset, go ahead and put this in half side-by-side mode and enjoy. Now, like most people with a virtual reality headset, from the day I got it, I didn't just want to play VR games. I wanted to play my traditional 2D games in 3D. And there are various softwares out there that let you cheat and make a three-dimensional, kind of a fake three-dimensional image of the game that you can see in your VR headset. But that just wasn't enough for me. I wanted to actually see the game's real depth and not just see a fake 3D image that was made from two-dimensional objects. And so, with a little bit of hackery, I've managed, and a lot of reading online, I should probably add, I've managed to get NVIDIA 3DVision to output in a 3D side-by-side mode, which is what I'm recording right now. And I'm watching it in virtual desktop. So it's not in a full 3D surround, 360 degree thing. It's not even 180 degrees. It just looks like a big screen TV sitting in front of me that has a 3D picture, like a 3D TV. But that's good enough, at least for now. So let's go ahead and take a quick tour of Deep Space Nine in 3D. For those of you who do not have a 3D headset of some sort or a 3D TV that you can watch this on, then you're probably pretty confused as to why there's two pictures of the video. And the reason is one's for the left eye and one's for the right eye. And a 3D headset or a 3D TV would automatically mix those for the correct eye. Now there is quite a bit of tweaking. There's actually a registry edit you have to do to get the colors to come out correct, because by default, NVIDIA 3DVision does something called anaglyph, I do believe, where one eye is red and the other eye is blue. And so when you try to do this, everything comes out kind of reddish colored. Somehow the red ends up kind of overriding the blue. Not quite sure how that works, but it's obnoxious. And so there's some registry settings for the NVIDIA 3D stereoscopic 3D vision settings. You just change 3 of them, and it manages to get rid of that color filter. And then you use I think it's a program called 3D Megato. I'll leave a link in the description to where you can get it from. And it's fairly straightforward in the fact that you just have to drop some files in the game folder. Not so straightforward in the fact that sometimes you're not sure exactly what folder to put them in, and the fact that the file needs to be, or the configuration file needs to be edited in order to enable the 3D side-by-side mode option, and the fact that you have to use a hotkey in-game in order to switch to 3D side-by-side mode. I should mention it supports more than just 3D side-by-side. It supports over-under and interleave as well. So if you want to try to do a full 360 degree picture, I haven't tried it yet, but in theory, if you were to put it in over-under mode and increase your in-game field of view significantly, you might be able to pull off a full 360 degree view and be able to look around yourself in VR and see the game from every angle. I'm not sure if it would work, I'm just guessing. Well, I guess that's it. Or at least that's everything outside on the promenade. I have to admit, I rather like the way this works. If there's enough interest in it, I might make a video tutorial on how to configure this nonsense so that you can do this. This is, as far as I know, not the only way to get Star Trek Online in 3D, but it certainly is the best. If you use Reshade with the Depth 3D filter, it looks terrible. It really does. If you have a 4K monitor, it doesn't look too bad, but the depth, it just doesn't look that great. Not nearly as good as this. Now, I did have to tweak the depth a little bit. By default, NVIDIA 3DVision uses a depth of 15%, which apparently has to do with the distance between your pupils, and you have to tweak that to whatever feels the most comfortable. So I apologize if some of you don't find this video quite as easy on the eyes as I do, because it's set for my eyes specifically. You may have to adjust your headsets if you're still watching at all at this point. I feel like I keep going in a big circle, but I guess that's what this place is. There are a few caveats. The UI, of course, has no depth to it whatsoever, although personally I don't see that as a big problem. You have to turn bloom off, and I have anti-aliasing turned on still. You are supposed to turn anti-aliasing off, although the FXAA does technically work without problems. And you're supposed to put shadows on low. I found that if I turn the shadows off entirely, which does not look as nice, I can leave anti-aliasing on MSAA 8X and not have problems most of the time. I can't see my keyboard. There we go. There will still be some weird issues occasionally. I think the login screen, where there's particle effects, is one of them. Let's see if we can find... I probably ran past it. Oh no, it's right here. Just look at some of the UI here. You can see there's no depth whatsoever. It's completely two-dimensional. It's the same with any loading screens, although I think you already saw that. Oh, poor character has nothing in the bank. Let's see if any of the ship stuff is 3D. This is. That's funny to have a three-dimensional view of the ship. Oh, these are 3D, I think, as well. That's really cool. And I don't think this game is considered 3D vision ready, so the fact that this is 3D at all is really awesome. I have to assume that customizing ships would be 3D. Yes, it is. Now that's really nice. I'm going to enjoy this. Let's see, cancel. Of course, I can't type in the chat like this, you know? I can't see my keyboard with this HTC Vive on. That's funny. Three-dimensional ship over there, the two-dimensional UI. Funny, but really awesome at the same time. Because it's offset kind of behind it, makes it look like it's a window that you're looking through. I really like that. I should probably show you space before I end this. Just space is not quite as nice looking as ground maps. some of the distance ships don't look quite so three-dimensional. And because the UI isn't 3D... Oh, hey. The picture there is 3D. That's cool. Because the UI isn't 3D, any UI kind of stands out as in the foreground, even if it's the name of some player in the background. It's kind of obnoxious, but if you don't like that, you can always turn the UI off. See if I can find the keyboard keys to do that. That was not the right keyboard shortcut. Is it Alt F12? There we go. That looks pretty awesome, actually. Man, this game is amazing in 3D. They totally need to make a 3D side-by-side mode for this game so you can play it in virtual desktop in VR. I would have way too much fun doing that. Maybe the wormhole's kind of 3D-ish. You know, it isn't until I saw this in a VR headset in 3D that I realized just how much detail they put into this. It's amazing. And let's see, where are my keyboard keys? Just for the sake of completeness, we'll do sector space as well. So we warp through the wormhole. You actually saw a shadow artifact there as we were warping out because of the anti-aliasing. I think you can see it more in space here around the sun. Let me, oh yeah, you can see it here as well. Just slightly. Let me turn off anti-aliasing real quick, just to... Hopefully nothing will break. Yeah, you see how that disappeared? Looks perfectly fine now. If I had a higher screen resolution, I wouldn't care. Actually, in space it's hard to see much in the way of aliasing to begin with. I can see a bit on this planet over here. Is that Bajor? It doesn't say it's Bajor. I don't think it is. You can see what happens, though, to the text when the anti-aliasing is off. Just looks terrible. Guess it doesn't look a whole lot better in VR with it on, though. Let's go ahead and... There we go. Turn off the UI. That's much nicer. So you could have a lot of fun in this game in 3D if you can get it to play in 3D like I did, or if they add a 3D mode to it. I think every game should have a 3D side-by-side mode. Well, that's it for now. Thanks for watching, everyone, and if you want to see a tutorial on how to do this, then let me know. I'll leave a link to the post on Reddit that explained how to make the registry changes, just in case those of you who are comfortable doing that without a video tutorial can do it yourselves. Thanks for watching, everyone. Have a nice day.